loser Kari Lake, the temporarily embarrassed governor of Arizona, whined about being sued.
I wish I could sit here and tell you everything's fine and dandy. It's not. But I do know this. They're trying to bring down President Trump. They're trying to sue me into oblivion for speaking about elections. If they felt they could rig the elections in a way they have done in the past, they wouldn't feel the need to do that. So something in their system is starting to go haywire, and we'll see what happens in this next election. I think it's going to be an overwhelming victory for President Trump and America first.
Oh, you say they're trying to shut me down? Lawsuits!
Oh, no!
All for speaking out about the elections and how they're rigged. Wait a minute, but they're not, though. For one, she's going around claiming that Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer intentionally rigged the election against her. That was the gubernatorial election, and claiming that he did so by tampering with the printers and injecting up to 300,000 invalid ballots into the count. Now, those are some serious allegations. You should have some evidence of that, right? Nope, not one shred. Okay, of course. Now, he sued her as a result of this, and when Lake tried to argue that, hey, man, you know what, I got the First Amendment right to say these terrible things about a fellow Republican, because Stephen Richer ain't no liberal, okay, ain't no Democrat. He's a Republican, and, you know, she's lying about him, saying that, yeah, to rig the election against me to help the Democrats. Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense. And then she goes and argues in court, oh, I was just being hyperbolic. Now, the judge did not buy that, excuse, writing that, quote, the alleged statements in the case cannot be classified merely as descriptive language. Okay? Lake's statements regarding improper 19-inch ballots and or the existence of 300,000 fraudulent ballots may be discerned as by a fact finder as either true or false when considered in the light of any available evidence. So these are things that you can objectively look at and determine whether or not they're true or false. That's not a statement of opinion, okay? It's a statement of fact. As for a printer error, the judge, Edelman, points to statements that Lake made in interviews where she claimed to have, quote, proof and evidence, that Richer and Maricopa County Supervisor Bill Gates printed intentionally the wrong image on the ballot, knowing that 75% of people showing up on election day were voting for me. That was her statement. For the ballot injection claim, Edelman cites another interview in which Lake said Richer and Gates, quote, couldn't steal it by just throwing in 300,000 bogus ballots with no chain of custody, which they did. They had to sabotage Election Day. Those are actual statements from Kari Lake about Stephen Richer, which again are proven to have been false, these allegations. Adelman further found that Richer alleged sufficient allegations for actual malice in those statements that she had made against him. Actual malice, of course, requires a statement be made either, quote, with knowledge of falsity and or with reckless disregard for the truth. That sounds a lot like what Kari Lake has been doing, don't you think? As for why, Richer in his suit claims that Lake has a financial motive to solicit donations in connection with these defamatory statements. Once again, that seems like pretty accurate there. Statement from Richard. Yes, she's been raising money off this, oh, they stole the election from me nonsense ever since she lost. And yes, she lost. It's verified that she lost. All of her election challenges have been thrown out. Okay? And so it's very clear. She lost. And she couldn't stop crying about it and whining about it, a lot like Donald Trump. Okay? Claiming, oh, see, there's all this, they stole it from me. It's so terrible. They took it from me. They rigged it. Now, the problem with Kari Lake doing this is that she started pointing to very specific people. Just like Rudy Giuliani started pointing to very specific people, which happened to have been election workers at the time. You know what happened to Rudy Giuliani? he was sued for defamation and lost. Yeah. And you know what's probably going to happen to Kari Lake? Take a guess. Look, now that Judge Jay Adelman had denied Lake's 2 motions to dismiss and found her claims to be provably false and potentially made with actual malice, she's going to have to go to court and prove her claims. Oh, that should be fun to watch. Can't wait. Oh, Kari Lake, where's that proof that you said that you have? Now, if she does, then she's going to blow the whole thing wide open, and I'll be the first to say, oh my God, Kari was right. That has a less than a 1.1% chance of happening, okay? Because she doesn't have any evidence at all. And if she is not able to present any evidence, which I'm pretty sure is the case here, she's going to get hit with a possible multi-million-dollar penalty, which is why she's complaining about it, okay? Such is the price, though, of spreading malicious lies about people in order to cover up for the very simple fact, Kari, that you're just nothing more than a sore loser.